right, good afternoon, everyone. Juan Grimaldo here with the Grimaldo Group. Another episode. We have today one of our preferred lenders, friend. I've known Phil for a long time. Phil, welcome. Thank you for hanging out with us.
Of course.
Phil Arnieri. Did I
Yes.
pronounce that right?
Absolutely nailed the Italian pronunciation.
Phil Arnieri.
Beautiful, yeah.
Awesome. So we want to provide you guys with value all the time whenever we come live, and we want to share with you guys what's out there, what's hot, what's new, what's changing in the real estate world. And Phil has been doing loans for quite some time. How long have you been doing this, Phil?
I've been doing this since October of 2011.
Wow, 2011. You remember what the prices were of homes were back then?
I mean, some of the folks, like let's say in areas, Buckeye, other areas, people bought homes for less than $100,000 that are worth $300,000 now.
Wow.
It's incredible.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember.
Depreciation.
Definitely. Back then, I think the cheapest home I sold was $15,000.
Yeah.
It was a little tiny house in South Phoenix. I used to show it and be scared when there was a lot of vacant properties out there. So,
Yeah.
2011, huh?
You got to sometimes put on your flak jacket if you want to go into those really cheaper ones, you know?
Yep. So actually, every time the first time I went there was someone sleeping there, a homeless person
Wow,
was there,
yeah.
and I was walking into the property, comes out with the blankets, and I'm like, oh my gosh! I ran and I called the cops,
Yeah.
and I'm like, well, there's a neighbor here that shouldn't be here. But anyways, so it started in 2011.
2011, yeah.
What brought you into this business? How did you get here?
So one day when we had first moved to Arizona, we were here for a little bit, and I was just browsing. I'm like, well, what jobs don't need any experience? It was Quicken Loans was hiring.
Wow.
And so I'm like, okay, I think I'm pretty decent at talking to people. I could build some rapport on the phone. Maybe I could do good with these guys. They have a ton of leads. Maybe I'll fit in here. So,
Right.
boom, I was hired by them, and it really made me comfortable on the phone, you know. They have a certain sector when you're getting your license where you're on the phone all day. I remember once I had the whole company, I led the whole company, I called 700-something people in one day.
One day.
Through their Canon, you know, you press a button and it dials and dials multiple people. So as soon as someone picks up, you have the capacity to call a lot of people there, you know.
That's
and
awesome.
You're there all day, so those numbers are going to add up, you know.
Definitely.
I felt like it made me kind of fearless on the phones if I could call that many people.
You know what? That's something that it's important for those people that are in sales. I mean, this is what we do. This is our trade. And in order for us to make a living in this business, you have to be comfortable with making phone calls. So,
Yeah.
So you said 700 phone calls in one day.
In one day, yeah.
Okay. Did you guys hear that, team? Right? 700 phone calls. Because we're afraid and we say, well, we made 2-3 contacts per day. Well, that's not going to get you too far.
Right.
Would it?
Yeah, I mean, you better be the sharpest of sharpshooters. And even then.
Yeah. Your chances are lower, right? So it's a numbers game. So now the reason you're here is not to talk about the sales process, which that's
Right.
what we do. We're here to talk about the programs that are available out there. And
Yeah.
you were mentioning we actually have a seminar coming up on the 17th. It's going to be in Spanish this time. We had one in English. We had a great success. We had over 60 people.
Wow.
And we want to teach our clients about the power of real estate and how to multiply it and how to grow it. A lot of times we feel like we need to have a lot of money to make money.
Yeah.
But in reality, it's having the right knowledge. So you were mentioning about a home equity loan program out there, right?
Yeah, we have one called, it's an Express HELOC.
Okay.
I had just had another gentleman this morning that wants to do one. The last one we closed, they got their money in about 10 days.
Wow.
The loan funded. They had equity in their home.
Okay.
It gave them an automated value, so we didn't even need to have the home appraised. Verified their income electronically, and it makes decisions. It's just a machine. It makes the decisions instantly. That's how they're able to get their money so quickly.
Perfect. Okay.
yeah.
So the reason we're mentioning HELOC, so it's a home equity line of credit. That's the acronym, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's a home equity line of credit, and there's also home equity loans, right?
Yes.
So which is it, an equity line of credit or is it a loan?
It's a loan, so they're fixed amortized payments. You can go up to 30 years. That's
Okay.
how we're able to get the payments so cheap.
Really?
For people.
So-
yeah, no prepayment penalty.
What?
There's a lot of really nice features to it that
I'm going to call you.
Yeah, a lot of people should tap into this for the equity of their home. They can get rid of credit card debt. They could even use it for a down payment on a second home or investment property.
That's awesome.
They have
okay.
the equity.
Definitely. So and then so that's available there. So if you're thinking about buying another house, the best way to get the down payment, because some people again thinking that you have to save all this money and have to have it on hand, you can just go and get a line of credit from someone like you,
Yeah.
and be able to put the down payment for the other house. And this could be either a second home, an investment property,
Yeah.
or a primary residence, right? Some people want to downsize, upsize. The family's growing, shrinking. So it's a great tool for people to get into another home, and very, very quick, 10 days.
I mean, yeah, it's the express HELOC, and it's not just for primary residences. If you wanted to do this on your second home or your investment property as well, let's say
Really?
you have a place up in the mountains that's it's a beautiful place and it's has equity. You can use that for the HELOC as well.
That's awesome. All right, perfect. So that's on a home equity loan. And then you were also mentioning a program to purchase.
Yeah, we just partnered with this company called Dream House Foundation.
Okay.
They will give you 3% to use towards your down payment and closing costs. It's an FHA loan, so you're pretty much using the 3% towards the purchase price, your down payment. This one I like because you just need to have a 620 credit score.
Oh, wow.
You get a much better loan at a 660, like anything, Don't let anyone try to tell you that the credit doesn't matter. It doesn't matter as much. It's always going to be beneficial to have the highest credit score.
Definitely. So for you guys to understand how this works, credit means risk, right? So the lower your score, that means your payment's going to be higher. So when we talk about the 620 score, that's like the bottom of the bottom, right? Unless you have a huge amount for down payment, which this isn't the case in this program. If you have a lower score, you're able to get that loan, but at a higher interest rate. So know that keeping your credit in check and making sure that your payments are on time, it's huge because it makes a big difference when it comes to payment and your ability to get a better deal when it comes to a rate.
Absolutely. And there are other down payment assistance loans out there, but the one that makes this one unique is you can refinance it with no penalty, with no repayment after 6 months.
Really?
Most of these loans, these assistance loans, they're going to make you stay in that loan for 3 months, no matter what the rates do.
Right.
You are locked into that loan, and if you try to refinance, try to purchase a new, try to sell it, I should say, they're going to want that money back.
Gotcha. So who's the ideal client for this kind of loan?
Ideal client is someone with preferably like a 668 credit score. They've got good, stable 2-year work history, provable income. They actually can have pretty high income because there's no income limit on this program as well.
So this grant comes with the cost, right?
Right. This grant comes with a cost. So there's a reason that, they don't care if you refinance out of it. There's an upfront cost and you're getting back to your question about the ideal client. It's not just the client, it's the ideal property as well.
Okay.
Someone who really wants to incentivize the buyer to get this property. So you're going to want to negotiate on the real estate side, as much in seller concessions as possible. We were talking about $400,000 loan. You'd want to negotiate at least $8,000 because those are fees up front that the seller can cover.
Right.
You find a motivated seller, that's going to be the ideal client for that person. Okay,
perfect. So how do they get in touch with you?
They can reach out to me, text me, call me, 602-703-2863. I'm on Instagram, Financed by Phil Arnieri, very responsive. And you can find me here doing call nights, he
comes on
week
Thursdays.
Or so.
Yeah. We appreciate that. And again, it's important, guys, that you keep your credit in check. We've seen 100-point drop when you miss one credit card payment. So if I can give you just a little bit of advice on that is have your payments an automatic payment, so even the minimum, so that you don't ever become late on your loan. So anything else you want to share about the loan programs, what's out there, what's available, what's changed,
Yeah. What's out there is we can also have a hands-on guidance with people's credit. I can run a credit simulator because the credit landscape can be very confusing for people. Someone goes, Juan, I got 720 on one of my scores. Why is the other one a 610? Well, clearly one of the bureaus picked up something the other one didn't.
Right.
So if someone's steadily building up their credit, I can do a soft pull on their credit, which has no impact on the scores. It lets me know what's going on their credit. It's like a nice little checkup. And then I can do that periodically. We have some clients we're working with now that are right there at a 580, but they're not quite there yet. They're only a few points away. So it gives me a good glimpse into the window of what's going on.
Right. And I think that's huge. A lot of lenders, what they do is they check your credit. You don't qualify. Good luck.
Yeah.
Goodbye. And the reason we work with Phil and other of preferred lenders is because we take you by the hand and we help you get to the finish line. It might take 3 months. It might take 6, a year or 2. I had clients that had taken 4 years. Yeah. It'll be up to you because we can't do the work for you. We can show you the path, but it's going to be up to you to do the work. And I think that's huge when it comes to having people that really care about your situation. And we really do care. We want to make sure that we help you get there. Our goal is to help as many families as possible. We actually have a hefty goal this year, Phil. We're crazy. We want to help 280 families.
Oh, wow.
So far, we're close to 70. So
Nice job.
it's only May. So if you know or are looking to buy or sell, we love the opportunity to work with you. And obviously with Phil, if you're looking into buying and refinancing or investing in real estate and you don't know where to start, we're here for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So thank you, Phil, for coming over, man. We
Of course.
appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Juan.
Awesome.
Appreciate it.
Have a great day, guys. Take care.